The year was 1971. The place, a small, unassuming farmhouse nestled deep in the quiet, rolling farmlands of rural Ohio. A place where the seasons dictated life and the nearest neighbor was a mile down a winding gravel road. It was the kind of isolation some craved, a peaceful retreat from the world's clamor. Here lived the Miller family: Arthur, a stoic farmer in his late 40s, his wife, Eleanor, a quiet woman known for her kindness and her garden, and their 2 children, 16-year-old Thomas, a bright boy with a love for machines, and 12-year-old Sarah, who spent her afternoons sketching the endless fields. Life for the Millers was one of routine, hard work, and simple pleasures. Every evening, without fail, they gathered around their sturdy oak dining table for dinner. It was their sanctuary, a moment of shared peace before the quiet solitude of the night settled in. On October 17, 1971, the aroma of Eleanor's pot roast filled the small farmhouse, a familiar comfort promising another ordinary evening. Arthur had just come in from the barn. Thomas was helping set the table. Sarah was recounting a story from school. Everything was exactly as it should be. But the next morning, when old Mr. Henderson, their closest neighbor, drove past to deliver a fresh batch of eggs, he noticed something amiss. The barn door was ajar, a small, unusual detail for Arthur, who was meticulously organized. He shrugged it off, assuming Arthur was simply up early. But later, when he hadn't seen any movement from the house, and the miller's truck remained parked, untouched, in the driveway, a prickle of unease began to spread. By early afternoon, Mr. Henderson's concern had deepened into genuine worry. He drove his old Ford up the gravel path, the crunch of tires loud in the oppressive silence. He knocked on the front door. No answer. He tried again, louder. Still nothing. The front door, he noticed, was unlocked, a detail that sent a cold shiver down his spine. Arthur Miller never left his door unlocked. Pushing the door open slowly, a faint smell of cooked meat, now cold, hit him. "Arthur! Eleanor!" he called out, his voice swallowed by the stillness of the house. He walked into the living room, then the kitchen, and that's when he saw it. The dining room table was set for 4. 4 plates, each with portions of pot roast, potatoes, and green beans. 4 glasses, half full of milk. 4 chairs, pulled out, as if someone had just risen from them moments ago. The food on the plates was congealed, cold to the touch. The milk had a film over it. It was clear that the meal had been abandoned abruptly. But there was no sign of a struggle, no overturned chairs, no broken dishes. Nothing out of place, save for the chilling absence of the family itself. It was as if time had simply stopped. Mr. Henderson stumbled back, his mind reeling, and immediately called the county sheriff. The initial investigation was swift, but fruitless. Sheriff Brody, a man who had seen his share of strange things in the quiet county, was stumped. Every corner of the house and surrounding property was searched. The barn, the fields, the small creek that ran through the back. Nothing. No footprints leading away, no signs of a vehicle other than the miller's own truck, which sat patiently in the garage, keys still in the ignition. There were no forced entries, no broken windows, no signs of a struggle anywhere inside or outside the farmhouse. The family's wallets and purses, containing cash and identification, were still in their usual spots. Eleanor's prized locket lay on her bedside table. Thomas's school books were open on his desk. Sarah's half-finished sketch lay beside her bed. Even the family dog, an old collie named Daisy, was found curled up on the porch, whimpering softly, unharmed, but clearly distressed. Why would a family leave their beloved pet behind? Authorities interviewed every neighbor within a 10-mile radius, but no one had seen or heard anything unusual on the night of October 17th. No strange cars, no screams, no unusual lights. The quiet of the Ohio farmlands had been absolute. The only thing that had vanished was the Miller family. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the mystery deepened. Investigators considered every possibility. Voluntary disappearance? Unlikely, given the abruptness, the untouched meal, and the lack of any prior indication or financial distress. Abduction? Possible, but with no signs of forced entry or struggle, and no ransom demands, it defied all conventional criminal patterns. The remote location, while offering isolation, also made it difficult for an unknown assailant to approach and leave without detection. Some local whispers spoke of the supernatural, an ancient evil from the surrounding woods, a portal to another dimension, a localized vanishing act. But Sheriff Brody, a pragmatic man, dismissed such theories, even as he found himself increasingly without any other explanation. The case went cold, a file growing thicker with theories and dead ends, but no answers. The farmhouse stood empty for years, an eerie monument to an inexplicable absence. The land was eventually sold, the house renovated, but the story of the Millers persisted, a dark stain on the otherwise peaceful landscape. Even decades later, those who know the tale still speak of the house with a hushed reverence, wondering what dark force could have so utterly erased a family from the face of the earth without a trace. What truly happened to Arthur, Eleanor, Thomas, and Sarah Miller on that quiet October evening in 1971? Did they walk away? Were they taken? Or did something far more inexplicable, something beyond our comprehension, reach out from the silent fields and simply claim them?